Well, we have the vocabulary that we were working on yesterday. Remember that we did the phrasal verbs? And then we
Mm,
can work on phrases and collocations, Mitch. Do you want to read the phrases and collocations and maybe the meaning too, please?
yep. Phrases and collocations. Attempt. Make an attempt at something doing to do. Attempt to do in an attempt to do. Average. On average. What it means average?
Average promedio
Okay.
on average.
Beginning. In the beginning. At the beginning of something. Beginning with. Bottom. Add on the bottom of something. Cause. Be, find, look for, etc. The cause of something. Conclusion, come to, reach to the conclusion that in conclusion. Experiment, do, perform, carry out an experiment on something, experiment with something doing. Fact. In fact, as a matter of fact, the fact of the matter is that face the facts.
Right.
Introduction, with the introduction of something, an introduction to something. What means CB? SB.
Somebody,
To
somebody.
something, somebody. Okay. Phone call. Make, receive, get a phone call. Photograph. Take a photo of something or somebody. Research. Carry out, do research on into something.
Very good, excellent. I got a message from Mickey. I think he's trying to connect, but I don't see him connecting. Let's see. StreamYard. Yeah, hopefully he gets connected soon. Well, all right. Let's say you make an attempt. You make an attempt at something. For example, what have you attempted in your life successfully, Mitch? That you say, I have made this attempt at something. I have
What
made this. What
what
have
was
you
the meaning of tent?
attempt intentar?
Okay.
Hacer un intento. Attempt to do. In an attempt to do. You make an
Mm,
attempt at.
I always attempt to choose the better options to construct my future and work of something that make me happy because
Oh,
I don't imagine myself doing something that I don't like, and well maybe I attempt to work independently for doing content for the internet, and well, that's it.
okay, very good. Can you say, I have made an attempt or I have made an attempt to do this or I have made an attempt at working independently, which is great actually. So you can say, I attempted also. I made an attempt at working independently
I made I'm I made an attempt to work independently
or at working independently.
at working independently.
Yes, to work or at working. Very good. Thank you very much, Mitch. Mickey, hello, how are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm good, teacher. The last week I bought 2 pairs of sneakers on
Okay.
internet and to an to a normal person. No, was in the store. And the pairs were for a client. And well, the pairs came to my
Last week.
house 3 days ago, I think, and I realized that they're not original. So
They're fake.
I was cheated. Yes.
Really, did you complain or did you do something?
Yeah. Well, in that moment, I felt so horrible because I said, "Oh my God, I I was cheated, and it was 7,000 of my
Oh,
money." Yes, I felt horrible, and the person didn't answer me. So I imagined the worst thing.
yes.
So after around 6 or 7 hours, he
Yes.
answered me, and I talked to him and I said that yeah, the pairs they're not original. Then you told me that they were original, and at the end, he gave to me the money again.
Oh,
But
really? He gave it back to you?
yes, I don't imagine that.
You didn't imagine it,
No, I say I was cheated, and he didn't answer. But yeah,
but
thanks
he
of
gave
God.
you the money back.
Yeah,
Well, you
yesterday.
negotiate you
Hmm.
negotiated perfectly.
Yeah, but I
Very good.
felt
Well,
horrible when I saw the pairs. I say, "Oh my God," because one pair had a tag in with Chinese letters, and I say, "No, not is possible." And well for me, it's a lot of money. It's 7,000.
yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone. I mean, not for everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but thanks of God, he gave to me the money back.
He gave you the money back.
He gave
Well,
me the money back.
you
Yeah.
were good negotiator. You argumented well, and he was honest at the end. What did he say?
Yeah.
Did he admit, or it was a mistake? He was confused, or maybe he
Uh,
was playing smart.
he told me that he's a reseller, so he bought the pair and he didn't sell the pair before to send me,
He
and
didn't
that's the
see the pair
reason.
before sending it to you,
Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know if it's true, but the important is that he gave me money back.
and you send him the sneakers back.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna send today. I have here the sneakers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, very good. Well,
but
thank
yeah,
God. Thank God
yeah,
that you negotiated fine.
sure.
I'm in section, we are in section phrases and collocations with Mitch, and she just
Uh-huh.
read the words, and then we're doing the application. For example, on average, what have you done on average, Mickey? Or on average, how many pairs of sneakers do you sell? Or on average, how many people do you promote through the apps? Or on average, what can you say about this phrase, on average?
Well, on average, it's like the quantity of persons or things that, uh, well, I know that it's like promedio, no?
Exactly that. That's in promedio, what? On average?
On average, I sold uh, 20 pairs this month.
Wow, that's amazing. On average, that's fantastic.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
true.
Amazing. Okay, great. Now we're gonna do at the beginning, in the beginning of something, or beginning with, right? For
Uh,
example, I'm gonna give an example, then you can do one, Mitch, please.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, people were very shy and not very talkative when they were younger. Now generations are more outgoing, more extrovert, more confident, and in general, more entrepreneurial. So in the beginning, people were not as entrepreneurial, and now people are more entrepreneurial. So what do you say within the beginning or beginning with, Mitch?
Uh, you mean I give you an example or the
Yes,
meaning of
please.
the beginning?
No, 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 no. Give me an example, please. Yes, yes, yes.
Um, at the beginning, I was. Uh, at the beginning, I don't want to go to the gym, but now I like it very much.
Yeah. Well, if you say at the beginning, then you need to be at the beginning of something. For example, at the beginning of the week, at the beginning of the semester, at the
Okay,
beginning of the year.
at the
And if it's
beginning of the month, uh-huh,
mhm, perfect, excellent, yes.
yes.
All right.
Continue.
Yes, yes, yes. At the beginning of the month, you didn't go to the gym, or
I didn't want go to the gym, but now I like it very much.
perfect, very good. All right, thank you very much, Mitch. Let's talk about the top and the bottom of something, Mickey. The top is this part, and the
mhm.
bottom. is this part, right? So can you give us an example using at the bottom or on the bottom of something?
Mm, for example, could at the bottom of the bridge, for example,
Yeah, at the bottom of the bridge. What happens at the bottom of the bridge?
uh, there are some cookies at the bottom of the bridge.
Okay, very
Mm.
good. Do you know the story that there is a golden tray at the bottom or at the end of the rainbow? You know that story, right?
Mm.
Uh,
Maybe there is a duende,
A hobgoblin,
a goblin
goblin.
right?
with gold.
With gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they say. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. You look for the cause of something.
So, teacher, I have one question.
Yes.
So, on the bottom is in the low part,
In the lower part, yes, of course.
the lower part.
Yeah, you have any object,
Uh-huh.
a car, and you have the top, which is this. Oh, I'm sorry. You have the top, and you have the bottom, which is this. In the bottom of the sea, what happens in the bottom of the sea? Well, in the bottom of the sea, there are lots of fish that we have no idea they exist,
Okay, okay.
right? In the bottom of the fridge, people normally put vegetables, tomatoes, onions, etc. And in the top, they put the beers, etc. Because it's a refrigerator, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
The top and the bottom, right? Top and bottom. They are complementary words,
Okay, okay.
right? Well, what is cause? What is the cause of wealth, Mitch? What is the cause of wealth?
Where is wealth?
Wealth, riqueza. What is
Uh,
the cause of wealth? Why you find so many people who are wealthy? Can you look for the cause of wealth? Find the cause of wealth. Cause of wealth. All right. So let's look for causes of something. Can you ask Mickey the cause of anything if he knows the cause of something? If he can look for, find, and sometimes be, right? What is the cause? Can you find the cause?
okay. Where is the cause of people wants to be happy?
Mm, uh, they look for uh, stability and prosperity. So I think that is the cause.
Okay, people wanting to be happy. Very good. Excellent. Do you know what's the cause of pollution, Mitch?
Um, Unconscious of the enterprises,
Unconsciousness.
unconsciousness from the enterprises.
Most probably, yes. Um, do you know what is the cause of overpopulation, Mickey?
Mm, of the population.
Overpopulation. Well, there is a claim that there is enough food to feed the whole world. So there is no such thing as overpopulation. It's just a problem of distribution. That people should not be agglomerated in a small town, but they should disperse and occupy the whole earth, and that such thing as overpopulation is a myth and does not exist. But let's say that there is a real problem of overpopulation. What is the cause of overpopulation? Do you believe that is the longevity of people who don't die as early as they used to die? Or what is it?
Mm, maybe it could be that the natural resources are not enough for all the people, and if there are a lot of, yeah, if there are overpopulation, that, well, maybe one day uh, not gonna be enough for everyone.
Not enough. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, Mitch, what conclusions have you reached or what conclusions have you come to? You can say, I have come to the conclusion or I have reached the conclusion or in
Uh,
conclusion, this, and that.
I reached to the conclusion that when when a cloud is gray, uh, it's gonna start to rain soon.
Okay, that's a great conclusion. Yeah, very good. Excellent. Very good. What experiments have you performed lately, Mickey? Or yeah, what experiments have you done? Have you performed? Have you carried out? Or have you experimented with something or yeah, with something or with working at something with etc. What have you done? What have you performed? What have you carried out? What experiments have you performed, Mickey?
Mm, experiments. Um, I don't remember, teacher.
Well, let's not say necessarily an experiment.
Okay.
You can a project. You can carry out a project. You can carry out an idea. You can carry out a negotiation. Actually, negotiation is just as usable as experiment.
Oh
So
well, I perform an. I just carry it.
whatever you can say it in both ways. I just did a negotiation. I just performed a negotiation, etc. Let's practice those, please.
Okay. I just perform negotiation with a reseller of sneakers
Oh,
because he sold me two pairs fake. Well, they're not original.
yeah.
And well, I just carry out a good negotiation with this person.
Yes. Or I performed a good negotiation. I just did a good negotiation. Very, very good. Excellent. Thanks. Now we say, in fact, as a matter of fact, the fact of the matter. So I say, well, I'm sorry with my neighbor. Excuse me, Mr. Neighbor, I broke your window. He says, how could you do that? Well, in fact, or as a matter of fact, the fact of the matter is that I was playing with my daughters, and by accident, I threw the ball. They hit the ball with a bat, and it went directly to your window. So I just broke it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pay you for the window. I'm gonna replace the window, etc. I just came to apologize. It was my fault. But the fact of the matter is that it was not on purpose. We were playing baseball and we broke the window. That happened to us a lot of times when we were children. We broke the window of the neighbors so many times that my dad had to go and apologize 2, 3 times a week. Well, so in fact, when you want to explain something, as a matter of fact,
Okay,
so
Okay,
can you
okay.
give an example like that, Mitch? You're talking,
okay,
you're giving an explanation, then you amplify or widen the explanation.
okay. Let me try. Um, I I didn't do my homework, but that's not the purpose. In fact, I didn't realize that we have homework and you tell us the earlier because I didn't check WhatsApp and it's very difficult for me and also the internet it's pretty low and sometimes the messages don't arrive to my phone and oh, do a lot of things every day that I really forget do the homework. But that's done my intention. I really care about your 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 classmates, and sorry, but that's the thing.
Okay, very good. Well, the next one is introduction of something or an introduction to something or to somebody, right? With introduction of modern chirurgical practices, the suffering and the pain of people have diminished greatly. Or you can also make the question, how has the pain been relieved and decreased in the last decades? And you can say, well, it's very simple with the introduction of modern anesthetics or with introduction of modern instruments, non-invasive instruments. You cannot take blood tests, blood pressure. You can take now many samples of the body, and that's very easy, right? So let's think of an example, Mickey, that a problem has been solved with the introduction of something, please.
Um, the the sales and internet increase with the introduction of e-commerce.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. Exactly. Very good. Thank you. Now you receive or you get a phone call. Uh, what about that, Mitch? You can say, I have made, I received, I got a phone call. Of course, the verb should go in past. I made, I received, or I got a phone call.
Okay, I got a phone call from Domino's Pizza, the one who is next to the McDonald's, but they say they can bring us the pizza here because this place is pretty dangerous in this hour of the night. Then it blew it up.
Okay. They say they couldn't.
They couldn't
Yeah, the rest was
bring us.
perfect. Really good. Okay, thank you very much. Now took a photo of something or somebody. That's pretty straightforward. Um, so let's keep that. Take a photo. And let's do research. Do research or carry out research on something or into something. Can you give an example, Mickey, please?
Uh, I do research um, into biology for my science homework.
Okay. So
Could
you
be.
would say, I did research,
I did researched.
or I did some research, I did a lot of research, I did a little research. You can also add additional words. You can say,
Or I carry
I
it out,
carried out, yes, I carried
out.
out some, a little, a lot of research, a little, a lot, some, or nothing. Simply, I carried out research,
I carry out
okay,
research. Okay, teacher.
on something. You do research on something, or you carry out research on something. Very good. Well, let's do just one more, which is the word patterns, and then we can go directly to the reading. Cause something to do. Okay, this is interesting. Let me put it here. Cause something to do something. You caused something, for example, and it doesn't have to be you, right? The the gas leak, for example, the the gas leak
What
caused the
is the
house.
gas leak?
La fuga de gas.
Okay.
The gas leak caused the house to explode when the guests uh, lighted. up a cigarette. Okay. This is not true, of course, but it's just an example. Cause
Yeah.
something to do, right? The gas leak caused the house to explode. In this case, cause something is the house. So this is something, right? Cause what? Cause the house. To what? To do, to explode, to burn, to whatever, right? This is just an example. Let's do a similar example to these guys. If you can give me one example each with cause something to do, which is not very common in Spanish. This structure is not so common in Spanish.
Bless you.
Thanks, thanks. I'm coughing, but
Could be the insecurity cause a decrease on the tourists on Mexico in Mexico.
caused the tourism to decrease in Mexico.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay.
That's what you said, right? Perfect.
Mhm.
Let's. Can you read it again, Mickey, please?
Yes, the insecurity caused the tourists to decrease in Mexico.
Yeah, perfect. Very good. It's the same grammatical structure. Let's see one, Mitch, please.
Yeah.
Mm, the advertiser caused um, more people buy our products.
Cost more people, more people to buy our products. Is that it?
I think.
Advertising cost more people to buy our products. Uh, to buy our our products to buy. Is this right? Yeah, our products. Excellent. Very good. I'm coughing. I don't know why. I think I need to drink water.
Yes,
Con-
Yeah.
sure.
yeah. Consider something. Consider doing something. Normally, when you have two verbs, the first one goes in infinitive and the second usually goes in gerund, like in this case, right? I consider moving to the city center. Okay, that's just an example, right? Or I am considering moving to the city center. Or you can also say, consider whether it's convenient to buy that or not. Consider whether it's like if whether it
Mhm.
is convenient to trade with Chinese people or not, or American or Russian or whatever. Just example, right?
Teacher,
Yes.
for example, in which sentences we can use whether and in which we can use if? Because I saw that there are people that write whether and other people write if.
Right. Normally, if goes at the beginning or at the beginning of a second clause.
Okay, okay.
For example, let's try some sentence with if. Do you think that? Okay, let me know. Let me think of another phrase. Consider whether it is convenient to trade with Chinese people or not. In this case, consider if it is convenient. In this case, it's exactly the same. Consider if it is convenient trade. Yeah, in this case in particular, it's exactly the same. In some other cases, for example, if you begin the phrase with if,
Mhm.
normally you don't be well. No, actually, I believe they are interchangeable. You know what? Because okay, normally weather gives you two alternatives, Mickey. Two
Okay.
alternatives: whether to buy or not to buy. And if can give you one or two. For example, let me give an example. Tell me if it is good for you to buy from China. It doesn't tell you to buy or not to buy. So tell me if it is good for you to buy from China. It gives you just one option. You buy.
Mhm.
Whereas use whether it is convenient to buy with to trade with Chinese people or not implies the second word yes and no, whereas if is only if you go. In other words, whether necessitates or needs a second word, which is normally no. Another example. Well, I think they have examples here. Whether. Consider if whether are usually after consider is normally interchangeable, but not always. For example, whether to design a car, video. Oh, wow, horrible video game with cars or uh, bikes is a matter of taste. Okay, whether to design a video game with cars or bikes is a matter of taste. You understand the meaning of this, Mitch?
I think.
How would you say this in Spanish?
Um, si el diseño de un videojuego con carros de bicicleta,
Or I'm sorry.
ah, con carros o bicicletas es una forma de... No, es lo que... Ah, caray. It's a
Una,
matter of taste.
una cuestión de gusto.
Una cuestión de gusto, ajá.
Right. Diseñar videojuegos con carros o bicicletas es cuestión de gusto. Ya sea diseñar, right? Whether to design a video game with cars or bikes. So you have the option of designing a video game with cars or bikes. It's just a matter of taste, right? It's a matter of
Yeah.
choice. So it's your option. Okay. I believe that in the examples we're going to see many more cases of
Okay,
whether.
sure.
Okay, and then you discuss things. You discuss things. What do you normally discuss? You discuss business. You discuss is not as in Spanish, which is argue, right? Argue is and discuss is you know this, right?
Mhm.
It's not exactly the same. They're actually different things. You discuss in a friendly term or in friendly terms. You discuss the project with your boss, with your manager, with your partners, and you argue with the boyfriend, with the girlfriend, with the neighbor, with your dad, with your mom, with your son, with your daughter, with your children, with everyone, with the government. You argue, right?
Nice.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Well, in my case, sometimes with many people, but it's just a joke. Okay, okay. So explain that. I'm sorry. Yeah, explain that or explain something to somebody. That's simple, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How about the next one, Mitch? Can you read intent?
Intent.
Yes, please.
Intent to do doing.
Yes. For example, what have you intended to do or what have you intended doing?
Um, I intent is intento, right?
Intentar, yes.
Uh-huh. I intend to sell products with my mom. Um, uh-huh.
Very good. Can you use the same phrase using doing or the gerund? I intend selling.
I intend selling products with my mom.
Very good. Excellent. Good job. Now with know, Mickey, know about something or know about doing.
Mm, I know about exercise.
Exercising.
Exercising, yeah.
Yes, because after a preposition, the
Hmm.
verb goes in gerund. I know
You're
about
right.
exercising, right? I know about working with wood. I know about, I don't know about playing the guitar. I know about working with the hands. Now, there is a phrase which can be confused with Spanish because you know about somebody, but you also know of somebody, right? I know of somebody who can open cars and steal banks. Of course, it's not my case, but it's just an example.
Yeah, yeah.
I know somebody who can open cars and steal banks. I know somebody who, let's gossip a little bit.
Hmm.
I know something who what? I know somebody who what?
Um, who who can swimming 2 hours uh, every day.
Every day. Okay, very good. What about you, Mitch? You know someone or somebody who?
In this case, we don't use, for example, swimming with ing.
No, because who can swim after
Oh,
can.
okay,
Okay,
okay, okay.
excuse me. After the auxiliary, yeah. If it's an auxiliary verb,
Okay.
I'm sorry. If
No
it's
worries.
a normal verb, for example, I can do swimming. I can go swimming. Go jogging. Jogging. Go swimming. Go running. Yes, the second verb goes in gerund. When it's an auxiliary, like in the case of can, yeah, the
Okay.
verb just goes in
Mhm.
infinitive. It's a good point, Mickey. Thanks.
Okay, sure.
In this case, who can swim 2 hours every day? But you can do this. I know somebody who can go swimming. You can do this. Can go swimming for a couple of hours. This is correct.
I know somebody who can go swimming. Okay, okay.
Yes. So these two verbs, go and swimming, are together. So um, you can say can go swimming. That's actually three verbs. Can is acts as an auxiliary, go as the initial or first verb, and swimming as the second verb. And the hence it has to be in gerund.
Hmm. Okay, sure.
All right. So what about you, Mitch? You know of someone who what?
Um, I know of somebody who work for the mafia,
Okay, very good.
and he's in a tricky problem.
Okay, very good. What about you, Mickey? Another one, please. I know of somebody.
Um, I know somebody um, who can play Xbox 3 hours a day.
Okay, very good. All right. So that is with the word know of. And then you have the other application, which is look for something, look at somebody, and you look forward to something or to doing something, right? You look forward to doing something. That is an expression which is very typical when you say goodbye, right? You can normally say, I look forward to hearing from you during our next meeting, right? This expression, look forward to hearing from you, is very, very common in business, in, yeah, in business talk, in business conversations. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to visiting you. I look forward to different things. I look forward to working together on this project also. So this I look
What's
forward.
the meaning of look forward?
Veo hacia adelante, o sea, como preveo o espero que
Okay.
trabajemos juntos en este proyecto. Espero escuchar de ti otra vez. Espero ver. I look forward to seeing you in Christmas. I look forward to seeing you and your family in
Yes.
Christmas. So it's like an expectation. I
Mm-hmm.
look forward to
Okay.
seeing you and your family in Christmas. It's a manners formula, but it's very common. Manage. Okay, this is very important. This is also very common. You manage to do something. Did you manage to? Right? Okay. For example, did you manage or I managed to? I logré, right? I managed to tame the lion. Logré domar a león, right? I managed to tame the lion. What have you managed in your last years, guys? I have managed or I managed to what?
I managed to read 2 books per month.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
Nice. That's very nice. Okay, what about you, Mitch? What have you managed to do what?
Mm, mm, I manage to um, ay Dios.
Develop, design, create, paint, draw,
I
grasp,
managed
learn.
to draw a picture at least one per day.
No, at least to draw at least a picture per day. Wow, that's amazing. That is impressive. Is this true that you draw a picture per day?
Well, yeah, actually, before the classes start, I was doing a picture. I have right here like 23 in line, and I wanted to post them one per day to active the algorithm of from Instagram or other social media. And that's an experiment. I'm making an experiment right now.
Okay, very nice. All right, very good. Thank you. And then you also plan. I plan something. I plan to build a small cottage tract in a 235 square meter tract of land. I plan to build a small cottage in a 235 square meter tract of land. Okay, I plan to do something, right? What do you plan to do? Well, some people plan this, some people plan that. What do you plan to do, guys?
Mm, I plan to learn about Google Ads.
Okay, very nice. What about you, Mitch? What do you plan to do?
I planned to learn about dubbing and make me a little know uh, a little know for that in
You,
internet.
okay, but you plan to learn about what?
Dubbing, doblaje.
Dubbing, yeah,
Hmm.
dubbing, like this, right?
Yeah.
Dubbing. I don't know if it has Y and ing or just dubbing. I don't remember the spelling. Let me check really quick. Dubbing. Right, dubbing. It looks like that. Dub. Okay, I believe it's with no Y, it's just that. Okay. To learn about dubbing. That's fabulous. To learn about dubbing, okay? Mm, what is what do you find possible and impossible to do? Well, that's a good question. You find, I find it impossible. I find it possible. I find something possible, right? For example, I find it totally possible to feed the whole world. That's, I'm going to erase this, okay? Okay, let me erase this so that it doesn't look so crowded, so jammed. All right, I'm going to use other color too. I find it totally possible to feed the world. I find it totally possible, or you can also use feasible, to feed the whole world. What do you find possible or impossible, guys? Mickey and Mitch.
Mm, I find it totally possible to learn uh, anything that you want.
Exactly, yes. That is true. That is true. What about you, Mitch? What do you find totally possible or impossible? But
I
let's talk about
find I find it totally impossible to uh mm, que never
snow.
to snow today
Okay,
here.
that it snows s- today, here today. Today. All right. Okay, you find it possible, you find it impossible, you find something impossible. All right, that's very good. And then result, Mickey, please, can you read result? Result of something.
Mm,
Let's just
I a result.
let's read it first if you wish, and then we do an example.
Uh, Result of something doing, result in something, result in your doing, result from something doing, as a result of something. Okay. Uh, as a result of eating healthy, mm, my my fat low
My fat
decreased,
or went down, you can say my fat went down,
went down.
or my
Yeah.
fat amount, my fat amount decreased or went down.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, very good. Can you do one example with as a result of or result in doing, Mitch?
As a result of practicing in this pretty much, I improve a lot. Could be?
In this a lot. In this very much, I have improved a lot. Okay, that's fantastic. As a result, or you can also say of as a result of our constant practice, I have improved a lot, which is actually basically the same idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, now wonder whether or wonder if or wonder why. These are three different applications, but they are very practical. I wonder whether you have family, you still have family, you still have family in North Carolina to visit. Okay, that's, I wonder whether or not, of course, but whether you still have family in North Carolina or not, or you can say simply like that. It's implied that can be or not, right? I wonder whether or not whether or not is optional or not. I wonder whether or not you still have family in North Carolina to visit. Me pregunto si todavía tienen, right? This is, I wonder whether or not. That's the application here. I wonder whether here, right? You can also wonder if, me pregunto, I wonder if you are going to, if you're going to, I don't know, visit, for example, with the same idea, family in the US during vacation time. Or I wonder why. No, this is totally different. The intention of I wonder why Mexicans want to go to the US and US and Canadians want to come down to Mexico, right? I wonder why. Me pregunto por qué, right? So, which is a different idea with I wonder whether or not, or I wonder if. And so we have three examples here.
Yeah.
Okay, can you provide one with one of the three, Mickey, and then Mitch, please?
Mm-hmm. Mm, I wonder why.
Okay.
Mm, I wonder why there are people that hurts the animals,
But herd animals. Okay.
hurt animals.
Herd animals. Yeah, because people is plural that herd animals. Right.
Okay, okay.
Excellent. Can you provide an example, Mitch, please?
Um, I wonder why some people, in spite of everything, don't want to respect the others.
Oh, that's a very good comment. I wonder why some people, in spite of everything, don't want to respect the others. All right. Perfect. These are two great examples. Let's now do one more, but with whether, just to make sure that we are using it correctly. I wonder whether, I wonder whether or not,
Okay.
for example, I just Minerva will ever be back in Mexico. This is my daughter. I don't know if she will ever be back to live. Of course, she wants to visit, but she doesn't want to come back.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, so let's see. Give me that example, Mickey, Mitch, please. I wonder whether.
I wonder whether or not milk in the house.
Whether or not what?
Milk, leche.
But there will be, there was. What is the verb?
I wonder.
Because here is will be back, right? Whether or not um, the cows will produce milk, right? Or you can say, or there will be, whether or not there will or there is milk. But you need a verb before or
Oh,
after the substantive.
okay, okay. Uh,
For example, this is a case. I wonder whether or not there is milk at home.
yeah, that's what I referred. Okay, okay.
Okay, so can you read it then, please, Mickey?
Yes. I wonder whether or not there is milk at home.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And now, Mitch, please.
Um, uh, I wonder whether my cat get mad for hood her a lot of time.
I'm sorry, I lost you. I couldn't hear you very clearly.
I wonder whether my cat get mad for hood her for a lot of time.
But mad for what? For
What the? No.
I wonder whether or not my dad got mad. Okay,
No,
for
no, no.
no, I'm inventing, right?
Yeah. I said. I wonder whether or not my cat
My cat. I'm
mhm,
sorry, cat
get mad
got mad
y, for hood hug, hug her for a lot of time.
for. Can you spell this word? Help, help.
Hugher.
H hug
No, no, no. Just hug
hug
her
her. Okay,
for a lot of time.
a long time for a lot of time. Okay, lot. Okay, for a lot of time. But Matt, for me, hugging her, for me, hugging her for a long time or for a lot of time. Okay, my God, for me, hugging her for a lot of time. Okay, very good. So here the idea is that I wonder whether or not, right, can be yes or not.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys. It was an important exercise with lots of word patterns which have different applications. You will see this very practical everywhere. Now, I wanted to use this remaining time to read about an interesting book that I found. I think this interesting book is called Persuasion Skills. The black book is very funny, but for job hunting techniques. Do you know what NLP is? I'm sure you do, but let's see if
A
you know
what?
NLP. I think you once mentioned this technique, Mitch or Mickey.
Is
Neuro
the neuro linguistic
programming, exactly.
programming?
Yeah, you've heard of that?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little.
Okay. So the idea is that words have hypnotic power, and you can use this in interviews, in job applications, in making projects with people. In you can the idea is not when you talk about hypnosis, neuro linguistic programming, and all these things, doesn't mean that you persuade or you cheat on people, but that you make your point so clear that it is impossible that the other person does not understand you.
Yeah.
In other words, that's my understanding of neuro linguistic programming, that you get used to speaking so clearly. Neuro linguistic programming is that you speak so clearly that it is impossible for the other person not to understand us. So that's the main point that I get from this, right? When you say speak hypnotically, well, it's not that you hypnotize and then you cheat on the other person. It is that the language is so clear that it avoids confusion. But well, I have not read this book. I just found it. I thought it was interesting and I would like to glance through it. Let's take a look at the contents. Skills. Why should you read this book? And where did this system come from? Etc. Okay. It says a brief word about NLP, conversational hypnosis, and covert persuasion skills. This sounds like covert, okay, it's like hidden, it's like sneaky. But in reality, it is not. It's actually try to be as clear as possible. Well, these are the
Hmm.
acknowledges. Let's let's read the preface to see if we agree with the book or not. Can somebody read the first two paragraphs, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
To you, to my wish and to you.
My wish, and you finish here, right? Please,
Okay.
yes.
My wish is that you can become completely free and let go of the shackles of employment. Over the years, I met many people who feel trapped in the rat race in jobs that don't enjoy. I find it amazing that people spend 5 out of their 7 days a week in jobs that they profess to hate. When you've taken away the number of hours that you spend sleeping, eating, and doing chores, you spend more time working than doing anything else. Assuming you don't work with them, you spend more time doing your job than you spend with your loved ones or investigating in your hobbies and interests. I can imagine how horrible life must be for those doing a job they dislike. I think you have a responsibility to yourself, to the people you are close, and the world in general to get a job that rewards and fulfills you.
Exactly. Very good,
Exactly.
Mitch. Excuse me. I'm
Bless you,
sorry.
bless you.
No
Thanks.
worries.
Thank you very much. Thanks. 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 Okay. Can you continue, Mickey? It's a good point,
Yes.
actually. Yeah. How
Mm-hmm.
do
Mhm.
you, you hate your
I
job?
can completely agree.
Yeah. How do you spend so much time doing something you don't like, right?
Mm-hmm. That's stupid. Oh.
Okay. Let's see, Mickey, please.
Yeah. Um, I am very excited because I have seen the impact that gaining the skills in this book have had on many people. Imagine what it's like for someone who has felt constrained by their circumstances and suddenly finds themselves being able to choose. While they once thought they had to stay in their job, however much they felt undervalued and mistreated, they become able to pick and choose where they want to work and why they want to do. It is a hugely liberating feeling, and I have watched from the sidelines as people have gone through that transformation. I hope this book brings you that gift.
Continue.
Continue?
Continue, please, Mickey. Yes, please.
I have other reasons for writing this book. I have been on the other side of the fence. I have interviewed and employed people. Many times I have sat there thinking I will pay double for some people who had a spark, some enthusiasm, or a desire to do a job. With the skills you will gain from this book, you will have no excuses. With the skills comes the right to have a great job, the responsibility to hand those jobs out and give a great return on the investment of those employees fortunate enough to recognize your value.
Very good. Thank you very much. It makes sense, right? Do you
Yeah.
think, Mickey, Mitch, that if you had a great worker, you would pay him more because you value his work, his talent, his creativity? Let's say that you have a company, Mitch, you have a design company, and you employ 5, 10 people, and one of them is extremely good. Would you pay him a little bit more because he's so talented, so creative, so productive, so so pervasive? He does things so well that you would give him a little bit more?
I think yeah, because the hair or his effort can benefit the enterprise, and if they give me very creative ideas or are very productive with creative stuff, I think they deserve uh, a little more.
Exactly, exactly. Let's say that you have a distribution company, Mickey, and you bring machinery from Italy, you distribute it in Leon, then you bring other machinery from China and you distribute it in, I don't know, in Guadalajara, and then you get machinery from Germany and you distribute it in Monterrey with industrial people, etc. But you have a guy that's extremely good. He tells you, hey, Mickey, I got this agent, this Dwayne's agent in the customs house who can reduce the price, maintain the quality, that not damage the merchandise, and he gets us great timing, great place, great security, insurance, etc. What did you do with that type of people, Mickey?
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna support these people because if they support me, I'm gonna support back to them. So
Yes,
yeah, I think that is like win and win.
a
If
win-win
I
situation.
win, he's gonna win too. Yeah.
That is very motivating, truly. So that people increase. That way, people increase their enthusiasm. Well, bonus material. Let's read this, please. Mitch, can you read the first two paragraphs down to for you, please?
Uh, what?
Can you read, please, from bonus down to for you,
Okay.
please? Yes, yes.
Bonus material. Dear reader, I want you to succeed. The book you are holding is the distillation of over 15 years of work, and I want to be as certain as possible that it will work for you and it has for the hundreds of people who have already been through the job hunting system. To this end, I have put together a couple of unique bonuses that you can use to help you get a job that you deserve. Firstly, there's a CV template that we discuss in this book. You can download this as a Word document from a website completely free. All you need to do is fill in your details as explained later in the book, and your hypnotically persuasive CV resume will be ready to work for you.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's let's read the second part, Mickey, please.
Secondly, you can download a free report that details over 500 interview questions, including the most commonly asked and the most difficult to answer. When you learn the hypnotic answer formula later in this book, you can test yourself against these questions and notice just how easy they are to answer. To get this bonus, downloads, just go to yes and follow the on-screen instruction.
Okay, thank you very much. So we want to write a resume and interview skills. We want to increase our resume. We want to develop a resume or CV, curriculum vitae, or resume is the same. But why? Why? Why do we want to do that? When you want to look for a job or you want to find a partner for your company, you want to write a CV. Why as a CV or a resume? Why do you want to do that?
Mm,
Mm,
because you need to see the skills that another person have.
what did I capable for?
Well, yeah, exactly. You want to see or you want to show, right? Depending on which side you are in. You want to
Oh yeah.
show or you want to see. And then you mentioned something, Mitch, too, please. What did you say,
I'm
Mitch?
to see what they are capable for.
Yeah, exactly. What they are capable of doing. Exactly right. Exactly. So to see or the same thing, right? To see or to show what you are capable of doing, right? You want to show what you are capable of doing. That depends on which side of the table you are in, right? You can be the interviewee or you can be the interviewer.
Yeah.
You can be the candidate or you can be the recruiter. If you
Mhm.
are the recruiter, then you make the questions, right? If you are the candidate, you respond the questions. That's the thing. So the idea of the resume is to show what you can do, as Mitch says. And what do you want to show? What you can do? Okay. What do you expect people to be able to do? People should be able to do what?
Uh,
Mm,
for example, if we're hiring someone in what teacher?
Well,
In
depending on your companies, yeah, the companies that you want to have one day, maybe, or in the companies that you want to manage. If you're going to be the general manager or the department manager, or if you want to manage a small business or a big business eventually, God willing, what do you want your people to be able to do? You want these people to do what?
uh, speak English and if it's possible another language.
Speak English. Probably you're going to send them to Asia to buy merchandise for you. Maybe you want to send them to Germany or to South America to, well, I don't know, but okay, you speak English and perhaps another language. Okay. What about you, Mitch? What do you want them
Mm,
to be able to do?
speak English and have the enthusiasm to give creative ideas.
Okay. So I'm just going to write what is speak English and have enthusiasm to what? Develop,
To develop or apport creative ideas,
provide
provide creative ideas.
creative ideas. That's fantastic. That's excellent. What else, Mickey? Mitch?
People should be able to. Um, how can I say, for example, the people needs to have social skills?
Should be able to show social skills, to deploy, show, deploy, display social skills, carry out. No, carry out, no, is to display, to deploy, to show social skills.
Yeah.
Very important. Thank you, Mickey. What else, Mitch?
Mm, eh, oof. Uh, discipline people.
Discipline people. People should be able to discipline people. In other words, to establish the order and orderly behavior. Okay, well, okay, I would add, which I am sure that you would agree, people should be able to work uh, honestly and efficiently. They should be able to work efficiently and honestly, doing a lot of work and doing it honestly and productively, efficiently, productively. Okay, it's more or less the same. All right. So that's
Yeah.
what people want to show on the resume. Let's read really quick
Mhm.
what they say we should read this book. Okay, somebody wants to read this, please. Why should we read a book about resume and interview skills?
Yes, sure.
Okay, Mickey, please.
Why should you read this book? Applying the system in this book will dramatically increase your chances of getting any job that you apply for. Will you get every job you apply for? No. There are too many variables to be able to guarantee that. But if you apply the system every time, you have a greater chance of success and can apply the system every time, then you will eventually get what you want. With some perseverance and the methodology from this book, you will get the job you are looking for. Continue?
Yes, just one more paragraph, please.
Mhm. Over the years that I have been training people in this methodology, I have noticed that something interesting happened to the people that really take it on the board. They become liberated from the rat race and daily grind of their jobs. Consider this. If you knew you could go out and get any job anytime you wanted, how would your view of the world change?
Okay, that's a good question, right? Let's say that you wanted to get any job that you wanted. They told you, okay, Mitch, now, I don't know, Nintendo or any great design company, Pixar, I don't know, I don't even know the names. They would they would ask you to work for them. Would you what would you go to work if it was in your hands to work in this moment, Mitch?
Mm, you mean with my current abilities to work for them?
Yeah, current or future abilities. Maybe there are abilities, talents, and knowledge that you are still growing and developing. But let's say that you are in the moment where you are starting, you are growing and growing and growing, learning more. Where would you like to work in this moment?
Mm, maybe if, as you said, Nintendo contract me, um, could be I want to work of painting scenarios, senses, or modeling the characters of the video games. I think it could be a lot of things. I can decide just one.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, because that then you could use your creativity to develop the characters that you wanted to characterize, for example, the people from the whole world. You could say, okay, you can make games. I don't know if that's what you're studying, but for example, I think of Latin people learning mathematics, learning Spanish, where they have a simple mathematical problem, and then they solve it correctly, and then they jump or hug each other, or they give a flower to the girl, or chocolates, or a car, or something. There is a gift if they resolve the problem correctly, right? So there are lots of games that are in my game didactic games that can be developed, but they don't need to have the flag of the US or the flag of Spain that I used to see when I bought video games for my daughters. When they were little, I bought a lot of video games for them, didactic
Mhm.
games, but they were all American or Spanish. I never saw a Mexican game didactic. So
Mhm.
I always thought there should be someone who can do this game one day or another, right? But years passed and passed and passed. I never saw any. Never. But of course, that's what I was thinking. Maybe you have other ideas also. So I'm sure that you will be able to profit
Mhm.
and develop a great job there.
I hope so.
Very nice. Okay. Can you continue reading here, please?
Mhm. Eh, and I have noticed.
Noticed. I have noticed.
I have noticed people using this system become more self-confident, happier, and more satisfied. At work, think about it for a moment. If the only reason you were at your place of work was because you want to be there, wouldn't you make more of your work job? Here are some of the incredible successes I have been privileged to have witnessed firsthand. Sharon, by applying the system twice in less than a year, went from a problematic and hated job to doubling her salary and working in a international management role that she so loves.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now there are two more people here. Mickey, you want to read them?
Yes. Frank making a complete career change from insurance salesman to storyboard artist with no art experience except for the fact he liked to draw and had a portfolio. Dave going for a job where he was 4 years younger than the average employee, had no experience, and was up against heavy competition in a traditional risk advertise industry.
Adverse
Adverse,
in.
sorry, yes, adverse.
Okay. And finally, Mitch, Trevor, and then down to here. Please, all be safe, please.
Trevor long-term unemployed, going for a management role and being offered the job even before he had managed to walk into the interview. Maybe less dramatically, I have seen senior managers who were constantly passed over the for promotion. Get back on the career ladder. I have seen mothers returning to work after a career break to better jobs than they have left. I have seen ex-convicts land good job even after a prison sentence.
Okay, so apparently this book can do lots of things for the people, right? So what is the magic behind this? Well, that's what we are going to see, I would say maybe next week, right?
Yes, sure.
So why don't I send you the book, guys? You glance through it. It's an extensive book. It has 200 pages. and maybe find out a topic that you consider is interesting, because it mentions many topics: neuro linguistic programming, hypnotic language, and other things. Honestly, I have not read the book. I just glanced through it, I found it interesting, and I thought that it
Mhm.
could be interesting to read. So why don't I send it to you, you glance through it, and maybe you guys make a small presentation about the most interesting chapters that you find.
Okay.
Yes, sure. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, if that is the case, then well, let's go then. And when should we continue? Tuesday? Is that good?
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher. Well, I preferred in Tuesday and today's Thursday, right? Yes, because these days the person who helped us to clean the house don't come, and there's no a lot of noise, so it's better for me because sometimes I need to stay in the room and I couldn't hear you very well that now, for example.
So Tuesday and Thursday, you said, Mickey.
For me, it's better. Yeah,
These
but
are
if
good days. Okay.
yes, but
Ho-
if you can't one day, teacher, it's okay. Don't worry.
Oh no, for me it's fine. It's fine. How about you, Mitch? Tuesday and
It's okay.
Thursdays? Yeah.
It's okay, huh?
Great, guys. Well, good to see you as usual. See you on Tuesday then. Next week.
Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
teacher.
much,
Take
teacher,
care.
for your
Take
time in
care.
the class. See
Thank
ya.
you, Mitch. Thank
Take
you,
care.
Mickey. Take care, guys.
Have a
Bye.
good weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye.